speakers, no mics, so we just gotta be loud, I guess.
So yeah, it was great. You know, last time there was a fight here 25, 30 years ago. You know, for my generation and the decades before that hasn't had a chance to have like, you know, elite boxing come to Rhode Island. You know, we had Fight Week. You know, the DAZN Matchroom did a great job with the locations outside the weigh-in, press conference, early on at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. You know, at the Biltmore, the Graduate, you know, great locations for people that never been in Providence, Rhode Island to see what was here, different cultures. We got a little bit of everything. The food is great, and you know the people are cool. And overall, it was great to walk into arena with all my fans yelling "Boo Boo" again.
Yeah, you mentioned goosebumps off the top before we got interrupted, but what was that moment like stepping onto the arena? Over 7,000 of your fans here to see you for the first time.
It was great, you know. Walking out there with the wolf, oh, you know, I try to just stay focused to the game plan, not pay attention to, you know, the people, the yelling, the screaming. You know, I knew the numbers was great. I didn't want to get distracted with none of that. I have too much experience for that, so you know, I know what my game plan is, and it was great to hear it, feel it. But my eyes was on the prize, and I was beating Sulecki. You know, I went in there looking to, you know, be the first one to try to stop Sulecki. You know, I wanted to stop him. He's never been stopped. He's been put down. He's a tough guy, as you see. He gets back up and he's ready to, you know, get back in there and tussle again. When I did what I needed to do, I put on 12 rounds of clean, professional boxing, the sweet science, and I gave you guys my ability to win a fight again.
Boo Boo, what was the inspiration behind the Wolfman?
Oh, you know, I told him that I was biting down. I'm gonna throw some hard punches this fight. And that's exactly what I did. I threw some hard punches. I let everybody know that beforehand, and the wolf was coming to bite down and break bones.
Was this a statement fight for you?
Every fight's a statement fight, you know? 28-0, it ain't easy to get here. You can't just be 28-0. You know, my last fight was a statement fight because I'm winning. The fight before was a statement fight because I'm winning. My job is to keep winning, getting in the ring with the likes of course, Canelo, Triple G. You know, these guys are the most popular, former champion, and I'm also a champion. And I would like to put my skills and talent against these guys. What I can only do is keep crossing out names. So like, Chew, Aldo, Chew, Walter, Chew. And it's like, how many? They're not gonna put me with Steve Rhodes. Come on, they're not gonna put me with Rocky Phil. You guys won't even allow that with me. It's not even, you know, it's just what it is. All my fights been with like top-notch live guys that come to win and try to prove and better their situation all the time. I don't get in the ring with pushovers. Sulecki's not a pushover, Arthur was not a pushover, and Walter wasn't a pushover. Matchroom, DAZN, Eddie Hearns are lining up the best fighters out there for me, and I'm doing what I need to do, and that's look good winning.
Eddie, how you
Demetrius, can you speak to just we talked on the conference call, all the years where you were professional, you didn't fight here at home. And tonight you did, and the crowd obviously turned out, it was electric. I don't know if you probably noticed this, but the last 3-4 rounds of the fight, even though you were totally dominating, everyone was standing up. You know, they were not sitting in their chairs just passively. Can you just explain your feelings about that? And I'd like to ask Eddie about that also.
Yeah, you know, like I was saying, I do not pay attention to the crowd, the fan, because I don't want to get, you know, a lot of fighters get caught up into that, and I'm not one of those guys. I'm experienced, you know, I'm gonna take my time, you know, execute the game plan and make adjustments while I'm in there. But to hear the name, you know, boo, 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 it's great, but you know, a lot of people get that feeling, they want to just, and then, we're not doing that, you know, we're not doing that. I know Eddie's like, let them hands go, come on, combinations. I'm like, Eddie, you throw some combinations. This shit ain't easy. Come on,
they don't want to fight Demetrius, not because he's not good, but oh, you know, he doesn't mean anything, he's not a big draw. He's got a world title, he's undefeated, and he was a big draw tonight.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to come here. I mean, crazy that he's never been to Providence before for a fight. I mean, and always the reputation of Demetrius Andrade is amazing fighter, but no one's interested, no one's buying tickets. The two biggest gates we've had on our Matchroom Boxing USA show since we started in October, outside of Joshua Reed's, have been Demetrius Andrade shows. One in Boston and one here tonight. that tonight was an atmosphere that was, I mean, that was like being back home. That was incredible. Incredible. There was energy, people were excited, and that's because it's not rocket science. When you bring a fighter from his hometown to his hometown, and people from Providence come, what do you think they're going to do? Not support their own. Doesn't matter if we're in Britain, we're in the US, but now people can drop the excuse of, oh, Demetrius doesn't mean anything. You know, he's not popular. Well, guess what? He's popular with his broadcaster, and he's popular with the fans. But the problem he has is, he's just too good. So who's going to want to fight Demetrius Andrade?
No.
And in the past, no one wanted to fight him because he's too good. And they had an excuse. Now they don't actually have any excuses. He's got a belt. He's got fans. He's got a broadcaster. Exactly. So he's got money. You know, and it's going to be hard to avoid it. And we need to support the media, the fans, and DAZN. You know, I mean, he's going to put pressure on me. I'm going to put pressure on DAZN to say, we're the middleweight, we're the home of the middleweights. But we know you want Triple G against Canelo. But if Canelo fights Kovalev, why don't we fight Triple G? Yeah. And then the winners can fight the winners.
Do you
know?
think Golovkin is going to risk that fight by fighting Demetrius?
Probably, I don't think anyone's going to want to. Like, you know, you can't hand on heart sit there and say that Canelo beats Demetrius Andrade. I don't believe anybody in boxing would say, yeah, oh yeah, he beats him, 100%. So, you know, you're not, when you've got a fighter like Canelo, you know, do you want to put him in a fight like that, where you're unsure if he's going to win? You know, I think they'd be more confident going into the Triple G fight than they would going into a Demetrius Andrade fight. You know, and for Triple G, the style of Demetrius Andrade is, I mean, it's, you know, it's a great fight. I mean, I know, you know, I'd have concerns about that fight for Demetrius, but that's what he wants. He wants those kind of fights. He didn't lose a second of a round tonight. You know, against a really good fighter, ranked #1 in the WBO, and sooner or later, he's going to want the challenges. So we've got to try and deliver him for him. But tonight was a major, major moment in his career. I was actually like looking around thinking, I looked at him, he was, you know, and the first round came out like I've never seen him. And I was thinking, Paul, don't tell him to calm down in the corner. And of course, the first thing I heard was that the zone said Paul told him to calm down in the corner. But Paul's right, I'm wrong, as usual. And Paul, that's why he looks like that after 28 fights. He's never really been hit in 28 fights. I don't plan on getting hit either. I know.
Don't plan, but I'm definitely wanting people to understand also, like, you know, Rhode Island came out today and support me because, yo, there's a lot of things people don't know I do for Rhode Island. You know, I give thousands of book bags and school supplies each and every year, you know, thousands of turkeys each and every year, you know, group activities, going to schools, and for them to see, that they came out with all the stuff we've been doing, you know, I want to just thank Providence of Rhode Island one more time. And, you know, like Eddie said, you know, I'm just ready to fight, you know. Keeping me active is the best thing because I'm getting my 12 rounds in. I'm getting more relaxed. I'm understanding, you know, what I need to do more and more every time. What I need to do to, you know, entertain just a little more than, you know, me when I used to like fight maybe once a year. My goal was just stay focused, don't do nothing. Just, you see the feet work. See the hands, see the body leaving, see the smooth shit, see the, can't touch this, you know what I'm saying? You know, Michael Jackson out there, baby, you know what I mean? Can't touch this. But yeah, it's just great, it's just great.
Quick question. That was MC Hammer.
MC? Okay, touch this. Look, he got some hip-hops, you know what I'm saying? Look.
Yeah, Darnell from FightV360.com. This is a question for you and Paul. When you guys were preparing for Sulecki, what did you guys see in him that you wanted to expose tonight?
Listen, my dad taught me everything I needed to know growing up in the amateurs. He's just a phone call away, you know? This camp, and my dad had responsibilities to do here in Rhode Island, and, you know, Mike Veloz is the guy right now. Mike Veloz, we was in SNAC, we was in Florida for 4 weeks, 2 weeks in SNAC with Victor Conti, and my dad wasn't around. But my dad taught me everything I need to know. there's nothing else, you know, that my dad can't tell me that I can't adjust to. And I don't need my dad in there all the time. But the game plan is the same thing all the time. Work on me, establish the jab, angles, feet work, and the punches and combinations will come together. And all he has to say is what he needs to say for me to make the adjustments. You know, my dad is the best kept secret. Even sometimes give him one of those, but you know, he's nothing but love from me, nothing but love from him, and it is what it is, man. So we definitely had a great camp though. And hopefully this time around he can be around more often. But I like when he's not around though, because I'm saying
I like not being around
I like when he's
sometimes.
not around. Like, oh my God, damn. I was like, Ed, you trying to sabotage my camp? Ed, why you sending Paul? What? You trying to sabotage me? Oh, Ed.
That's
I
it.
figured
Not
he had to
me.
show up
This
once.
Ed.
I
Because
just
a long
wanted to
time
be
ago,
at the
right? A
camp
long time
for a
ago.
week.
Let me tell you where the story come from. A long time ago, when I was with Adi and Joe, Style Boxing, Banner Promotions, the Zane Rich or something wanted me to come out for his camp. So my dad's like, oh, we need right here spawners. We come out. So the guy calls up Joe and Adi and like, what the fuck you trying to do? Sabotage my camp? Who is this poor Andre kid? Don't ever have him come. I don't want to be. It was just, and so that's where sabotage comes in. He's good for that.
Demetrius, we've talked a lot with you and me. You know, your father's had arguments. This is a question for you and Eddie. Can you start making maybe bigger fights in terms of out weight class? Two guys know people love to see you fight. Callum Smith, Eddie Jacobs. If Canelo's not going to fight you, if Triple G's not going to fight you, do you maybe go, I'll take on Danny Jacobs. Yeah, we're friends, but business is business. Or do you go across the pond and take on Callum Smith in a best of 160 versus best of 168?
There's Billy Joe Saunders. If I decided to go up to 168, you know, he deserves a beating from me. You know? So, you know, that's something I would definitely be interested with, and we could talk to Eddie about it later on or however. But if I go up to 68, it's like, who else is there for me to really fight? Not Callum Smith. It would be an undefeated champion and an easy thing we could probably put together because it's both WBO sanctioning. And that's something that we was going to do beforehand, so that's something that's realistic.
And by the way, if he goes up to 68, they'll go up to 75. So that's what always happens. He had the 54 titles. They didn't want to fight him. They moved up middleweight. We moved up middleweight. We don't have to chase people. We don't have to keep increasing weight. We have a weight where he is the greatest at, and that's the weight we're going to stay at. We ain't chasing nobody. You know, the whole thing is, they're going to come up, they're going to put the money down, and they're going to say, look, let's do this fight eventually. You know, it's the fans that want to see it. They don't control.
I don't know, man. Just do your job. Do your job.
That's it.
Tell everybody Canelo, Triple G. That's it. There's nothing more I can say. I'm ready to go. Go back home and say Demetrius Andrade needs to fight Canelo. Demetrius Andrade needs to fight Triple G. That's the fights we need to see. Not going up or going down. That's it. I'm ready to go, guys. Thank you.